Alright guys, so I know I ain't posted in a while, but I did, so let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here. So I put transmission fluid on that back cylinder, and I let it set for a week because I've been gone on the senior trip, but I put transmission fluid in it, and I shot it all out, and I cranked it over and over and over and over, and it eventually came out, and it's everywhere, and transmission fluid smells like stinky armpits, dude. It's awful, and I can't stand it. But I put the compression tester on there, and I went to go crank it over, and it was wanting to start, and it did start. It ended up starting, and then I came over here and read, and the gauge read 265 psi. But I think it still had transmission fluid in it. That's why it was doing that. But it was still kind of funny. But anyways, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna fix this distributor. I think it's honestly the problem. I doubt they put a cam in it, because why would they put a cam in this motor? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, but the timing marks are down here. I think it's on top dead center. I accidentally cranked it to that, but I'm gonna check just to make sure. But I'm gonna take this out, and I actually have to watch a YouTube video, because this is one thing that don't make sense to me. Is I know it might be simple to some people, but timing the cam and all that stuff and getting it on the right order, it don't make sense to me. And I don't know what it is. I can do anything else. Like, you give me a four-wheeler, I can fix it in 5 minutes. But this thing is like, I don't know, it's just very confusing to me. Anyways, but I took all the spark plugs out. I got the spark plug wires, and I'm going to take this distributor out. All it is just this screw, and it comes out. Then I'm going to set it at top dead center on compression stroke. Set it back down in there. Well, you got to make a mark where you want your number one thing to be. Then, I can't remember the firing order, but I know this is cylinder one. I know that. So, catch you on that. Ooh. Alright, so I got the distributor out, and I unhooked all these wires, and all it is a bolt and your little cap that sets down on the lip of this, and it sets it down in there. And then it was a little fight, and I actually hit myself trying to get it out. But the screw comes out here, it raises up, yank it out. I unplug the wires so they're out of the way. And yeah, we'll figure that out. But that went into this. It went to my electric choke that we don't know if it works. There we go, easy fix. Anyways, but I do know that it spins counterclockwise, and on a small block Chevy, they spin clockwise. But I'm gonna watch this YouTube video real quick, and I gotta take this cap off, and I gotta put it back on, mark my thing, and then set it down in there, put it top dead center, then set it down in there. But I'm doing too much talking, and I'll just show you. Alright, so I got the cap off over here, and for some reason I thought these unscrewed, but they do not. They have like little tabs on the bottom. It took me a second to figure that out, because I was like, dude, why is my screwdriver not working? And then I realized that, yeah. But there was another thing that guy, the video I'm watching is from Power Nation. I don't know if they all do this, but he said there's like weights in some of these, and he was using an HEI distributor too, and these like advance themselves in timing when they're higher up in the RPM, they advance. So you need to move this thing to the marking, but you need to mark it on here somewhere, wherever you want the thing. But I ain't got a marker, so I gotta go find a marker. So, hopefully I do this right and don't make it worse. But if I follow the YouTube steps, it's supposed to work. So, but worst comes to worst, I know what the problem is, or at least why it's not even firing. It's this, but I doubt they put a cam in here, and this is the only thing that has to do with timing. So when the pistons come up, the spark is off. Like when they come up to spark, it sparks on the wrong time. So that's my guess of what's wrong. Because when we started messing with this, we could get it running right and the higher RPMs. And that's when this would advance instead of being retard. It wouldn't retard, it would advance. And that's why it was running good in the higher RPM. That's my assumption. I'm probably wrong, but yep. But see you when I get a marker and try to figure this out. Alright, so I got our Sharpie. And anyways, I gotta take our number 1 spark plug out. So apparently it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a 302 Ford. So we gotta take that one out, and I gotta look at our, oh, my thing just fell, our balancer. Try to show it. You really can't see it. Right, oh, there it is. Ooh, let's get down there. Can you see that little mark? It says it's top dead center, but I don't trust it, so I'm gonna do it by hand. And put on this pulley, turn it over, and put my thumb on that. And whenever the air starts to come out, or when my thumb pushes out, that's top dead center compression stroke. Alright, so I got top dead center. At least what I think I do. I turned it over like 20 times. I had to pull out the big rig. That was a 23 millimeter. I had to take the fan off too. But I'm yawning. Anyways, something ain't right, because I feel like I stuck a screwdriver down in there, and when I went down, it kept coming up. But the timing mark says, if I can find it, there it is. The timing mark says it's top dead center. And when I put my thumb on it, it stopped hissing at me. And then I pushed it past a little bit, then it didn't do it at all. So it has to be top dead center. But now, so I was right on the, oh my gosh, I keep yawning. So I was right on the distributor thing. This is one of them, it advances when the RPMs get higher. So I can't remember what he called it. We're not gonna do initial timing, which is a distributor that don't advance when the, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I can't remember what the word he called it, but it's like set timing or something garbage like that. I can't stop yawning. Anyways, we're gonna be doing that one, and it's supposed to get us within 5 degrees, and you're supposed to get a light gun and do it, but I don't have a light gun, so I'm gonna have to wait to get one, because I kind of spent all my money on senior trip this weekend, or last week, all last week, so nice. But yep, catch you when I try to figure this John out. Alright, so what I'm getting out of this is that, so I have it top dead center and the valves are equally the same. But what this guy is saying, which I looked up 2 more YouTube videos if it'll focus. Anyways, you see my balancer. I'm just gonna point my finger. This guy, you see a little mark through it. Oh my gosh, focus. This guy marked through it. This is apparently 30 degrees advanced or whatever, the garbage, and that mark is supposed to be here before we put a distributor in. And if we have it top dead center, it don't fire, the motor don't fire top dead center, apparently what Power Nation says. And to put your TD or your mark on 30 degrees of that mark, that means 30 degrees. and then you put your distributor in. So I guess that's what I'm going to do and hope I don't get it wrong. Yay. All right. Four-wheelers is how they want to pass. Y'all are slow, son. I'd smoke you. Anyways, so one of my valves, I don't know which valve it is, but one of my valves are down. I don't know. I'm just going off what the YouTube video says. But it says to have it on that mark. It's on that mark. And now I mark whichever one I want to be. Number 1, and then I put my distributor in there. I just gotta figure out how to do that. It'll probably take me another hour, but whatever. Alright, so I have no idea if I'm doing this right. But I'm following it step by step with the YouTube video. So we're on the compression stroke, supposedly, which I did make sure, but if I can find the marking. We're on the mark. And so this is I was right, or he was right, rather. But this is the advanced. And it's pretty close. He said it's not going to be exact, but it's going to be pretty close to the marking. And he said what we're going to do, oh, get your fingers out of the camera. We're going to advance it, keep it advanced, and twist this to where this lines up to our marking. And then we should be good to go. Hopefully that's what it is. So I'm going to try to get this figured out. So this is, I don't know what words I'm going to use. He used good words. I can't use words, but yeah. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. So you're going to turn this, and this point is going to line up with that marker. Well, it's not going to, but you're going to turn it and twist your cap to that mark. And then you put your cap back on and stuff. All right, so what was next was you put your distributor cap on and you tighten your bolt down. So basically, if you haven't figured it out, which the only reason why I know is because he showed me. But so you're gonna take a flathead screwdriver, and there's springs in these, and you can press them down and twist them. But with a Phillips, you cannot. So I'm gonna figure out. One thing that is confusing to me is where the wire goes, but this is our number 1. Yeah, this is our number 1 point. This one is. So then I just got to figure out where the rest of them is at and where they go. But I will get back to that later, and hopefully I learned something. All right, so my head is literally hurting. I'm probably going to go inside for a second and try to figure this out, because this is one thing I've never understood, no matter how many times I've been told. And I guess I kind of forced myself to learn about it. But I know this is, I don't know, I don't understand. If I'm just being stupid or overthinking it, probably, get away from me. Probably that. But I know this is cylinder 1. Now, does my firing order, it says my firing order is counterclockwise, which would be this. So, and then I figured out which cylinder, I can't remember the numbers, but I figured out which one what. So this one would be 1, I think it was like 1357 or something, garbage like that. Does that, I'm thinking, if I'm not overthinking it, I'm thinking this would be 3. That would go to cylinder number 3. Right? I'm probably right. But I'm still going to go take a second just to make sure I'm right, because I don't feel like doing this 100 times. Alright, so I went inside, sat down, got me something to drink, and so I was right, but I was going clockwise instead of counterclockwise. That's how the wires are supposed to go. I got this, I found this thing on Safari, and it showed me, oh gosh, actually what it meant. So I understand it now. So I'm going to do it, then I'm going to explain it, how I did it, for those that are like me and didn't understand. Alright, I know it looks messy. Yeah, but anyways. So this is a firing order for a high output 302, which is supposedly what this motor is a high output. But I'm going to try the high output and the original one, and if it starts up and runs better, whichever one runs better is the one I'm going to do. So basically, I was right on the clockwise thing. So your firing order is this. I might be really stupid saying this, but I didn't know, right? So your firing order, it would be, say, I'm just going to make up a random one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, this would be a forward. So you would go cylinder 1, cylinder 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not the actual firing order, but just an example. Then for a small block Chevy, you would go clockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You would take cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. You get what I'm saying. So your firing order is this, starting from 1, which I made this one 1. Beautiful. So I'm gonna go get my battery. It's on charge, and see what happens. I did take the fan off because I couldn't reach down there to the thing. So I can't run it for too long, and plus I got my valve cover off because it's broke. It is broke, but the screws are these fast, whatever these stupid things are called. These are junk. But yeah. Alright. Battery hooked up. Hopefully it's charged up enough. Now we're gonna go hit the key. Come on. Please tell me this fixes it. Oh God. Anyways, we're just gonna ignore that. 1, 2. I'm a retard. We ain't gonna have no spark if I don't connect the distributor. Getting ahead of myself. Freaking retard. I'll be back. Alright, I got the wires hooked up. Hopefully I got them the right way and I don't have to twist them around. But hopefully now something happens instead of disappointment. What the frig? What the heck? Why is it making that noise? Red, what are you doing? Bro's legitimately digging at his butt twin. I don't know what in the world that was. It was doing something. It was making a weird noise, but I'm gonna flip them around, see if that makes a difference. All right, flipping it around. Let's see what happens. Nothing. But it does sound better cranking over. It's not galloping. So the transmission fluid did do a little something. So I have to flip that back around. It's not even making that weird noise it was making. Alright, so we're gonna try it again. And then I'm gonna try the normal firing order. Sheesh. It scared the crap out of me. Why does it do that? I don't know why it's making that noise. But I'm gonna try the other firing order. And hopefully it does something. That's very odd. But yeah. So I got them on there. You probably can't tell the difference. But I did actually forget to do the vacuum line. This one. So hopefully it didn't affect anything. But I got it down pat now, so where's my cable? So hopefully something happens. Here we go. Get in here. Come on, kick us off a little bit. What the frig is happening? What the frig? What? What? Oh! Oh, God. Oh, it made my heart race. He's cooking her up, though. Now stop the recording. Where's my phone? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm shaking. Pretty bad. I almost caught my truck on fire. Thank God that guy's got a fire extinguisher. Or, I would have burnt the place down. At least my truck would have burned down. That would have not have been very nice. So, I don't know why I'm spitting fire. I just caught the grass on fire. And if this guy didn't have the fire extinguisher, I would have caught my truck on fire. Can you all tell? I can't stop shaking. I don't know what the frig am I doing. How did that junk happen? Can y'all see the grass? If he didn't have a fire extinguisher, I would have been cooked. Should we try again? You know what? I'm gonna get an underside view of what's going on, because I have no idea. Alright, so I took it all back apart because I kept getting one or two teeth off and it kept being too retarded. But when I would advance it all the way, it would want to run. But I think I might have broke something. So we take this off. And, oh, you can't see, hold on. And look, if it'll focus, down in there, you see that little thing right there? Well, that's what the thing goes on, and it's laid over. And it's supposed to be in the middle. And I think some of that's broke off too, and it ain't supposed to be like that, because it looks like it's broke off. But I'm pretty sure that's broke, because I can't get, it won't seat down in there. And no many times I turn over the motor. Here, let me keep it zoomed in, and let me turn the motor over just to show you. No matter how many times I turn the motor over, I cannot get it. If I can find the nut. Where's it at? There it is. It don't move like it's supposed to. You can see stuff down below it moving. See? But it won't move. And I don't know why. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna disassemble the whole motor and pull it out. I'm gonna bring it down just to the block, take all this accessories off, take the heads off, push rods, all that, carburetor intake, take it out and rebuild it and just be done with it. I think that's just what I'm gonna do, because I'm tired of doing this junk, and I'm just gonna rebuild it at this point. And I'm just gonna go buy a parts motor from my buddy, and because that motor's completely fine. It's not scored up or nothing. It's got like 2 score lines on it, and that's it. And plus it's another motor, and it's a newer 5.0. So, and it's got fuel injection and stuff, but I'm not gonna put a fuel injection. I'm gonna keep the carburetor on it, but I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Yep. I don't know how I'm gonna get the motor out though, but if I get it, I swear, dude, I keep yawning. If I get down to the block, we might be able to pull it out. It might be easier, but who knows? Well, I guess that does it for this of me attempting to fix my ignition problem. And it failed miserably, and I'm pretty sure I broke something, but it's whatever. Don't really matter to me. Just gives me something else to do. But I do have other projects coming up. Not with this. I got the KX250 I gotta be working on and stuff, so. Yep. See y'all on the flip side.